Hey, Space and Dragon fans. Beth Barany here with How to Write the Future podcast. This is a bit of an unusual podcast where I talk about quick tips for writing your character's identity. To get the full benefit, watch this podcast on YouTube. And if you enjoy it, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend or two who would enjoy this wonderful trippy world of being a creative writer. Enjoy. Infinite possibilities. When I was a freshman in college, I could stand in my dorm room and look at the mirror on one wall, and behind me was the mirror on the other wall. And this is what I essentially saw, but with my face, of course. So yeah, I was staring into the abyss. And honestly, it felt like my first psychedelic experience, even though I have never taken drugs. Wait a minute. Didn't you take a puff of pot once? Barely. Yeah, so tell me more about this mirror experience. Well, I was 18 years old, freshman at college, away from home, and some kind of understanding happened. It was like I looked into some kind of crazy, some kind of loss of self, loss of identity, loss of everything I understood. Wow, that must have been disorienting. Yeah, totally disorienting. Totally. Don't look at me like that. Like what? Like you get me, like you understand. You know what? I totally understand. I mean, come on. I'm a novelist. We novelists, we go all kinds of places. Oh, thanks for understanding. So, what is this podcast really about? Let's see. Yeah. Hey, everyone. What is this podcast really about? I think it's about identity. Being a writer allows us to go into all kinds of identities. All kinds. What does this mean? In the age of cultural sensitivity, this means if you are writing from another culture's perspective, really get to know it. Get to know the people, read the history, talk to the people, not as subjects. You're not a scientist, you're a novelist. And being a novelist means getting into the heart and mind of your character and their body too. But I don't know what to say here. That's okay. You don't have to say anything.
Switching gears now.
Coming to you from a local wine bar. It reminds me of Paris. I lived in Paris twice, and I learned French when I was 16. French is a more emotional language than English, in my opinion. Therefore, speaking French brings out this more emotional part of me. And maybe that's why I also include lots of allusions to French language in my fiction, because it allows me to connect to that more emotional part of me. Now, when you think of different locations that you loved and you bring them into your fiction, you are bringing those parts of you could say those parts of your identity, into your fiction. Have you ever had the experience of watching a TV show or a film or reading a book where you feel completely like you're the other person? It's hard to say exactly what caused that in you, but as a writer, you can learn how to be more intentional and help your reader step into that other identity. And part of that comes from you creating the associations that go along with your character, how they feel about their setting, how they feel about the people around them, their attitudes, their beliefs. All these things go to form our identities. Now, do we have multiple identities? We probably have a core identity that is steady throughout our lives, but that evolves and changes and grows. But you might be able to find threads of it, or like the core of it, from when you were a child. And now, as you write, that part of you that is indelibly you is probably throughout all the stories that you write. But the characters that you create can reflect different beliefs and worldviews that are going to convey completely different identity. What's amazing about being human is we actually can sense into this, into other people, and this allows us to convey it in our art. So here's my invitation to you. Go ahead and pretend to be somebody else. Oh, wait, you probably already do that as a novelist. But really put some attention on what is their attitude and belief and worldview, and how can you convey that through how they talk and things about their environment, how they think about their environment. I'm going to be in Paris by the time you listen to this episode. And when I'm there, I notice I'm more into the sensory details of life, more sensual, just in the basic food and drink way. French love their food and drink. So when I'm there, I get to really enjoy it, maybe even more than I do when I'm back home in the United States. So all that to say, where do you feel the most alive? What sensory details can you bring into your character's perspective that really bring their worldview, their attitude, and beliefs alive? All right, that's it for this week, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this different episode. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and write long and prosper.